In NFL history, some games break records, but this one broke hearts, bones, and entire fan bases. Not the biggest game ever, but maybe the cruelest. One team went to overtime believing they had won, then watched the ball get ripped away and called a turnover. The other team celebrated their biggest win in 20 years, then discovered their quarterback shattered his ankle. Let that sink in. 5 turnovers, 0 punts. A backup QB who hasn't thrown a single pass all season? It stopped feeling like football. It became torture disguised as a playoff game. The Bills dominated every stat and still lost. The Broncos won their biggest game in a decade, but lost their savior to a broken bone. What really happened inside this chaos? The turnovers that made no sense. The calls that felt unfair. The injury nobody saw coming. Stay until the end, because what happened in overtime will make your jaw drop. This is the most agonizing NFL game ever played, and nobody escaped without scars. Both teams entered believing this season could finally mean something. The Buffalo Bills had one of the best offenses in football, with Josh Allen playing like an MVP. The Denver Broncos brought rookie Bo Nix, proving every doubter wrong all season. For Bills fans, this was a chance to escape decades of suffering. For Broncos fans, this was their first home playoff game in 9 years. Both teams were desperate, but only one could survive. On paper, Buffalo should have crushed them. But something strange was coming. Both teams would reach overtime thinking they had won. Both would be dead wrong. The Bills didn't lose this game. They gave it away, one fumble at a time. They moved the ball with ease, dominated almost every drive. But at the worst moments, the ball kept slipping into Denver's hands. Alex Singleton delivered a crushing hit on James Cook, and the ball came loose. That one play created a 10-point swing that shattered Buffalo's momentum.
They already have 75 yards on the ground on 10 rushes. Here's another one to Cook. And Cook fumbles, and the Broncos are right there. Singleton delivered the blow that knocked the ball out, and Denver has the recovery with Hufanga. You just stop, Jeeves, but this is a teaching tape.
Then right before halftime, Nick Bonitto slapped the ball out of Josh Allen's hand. More free points for Denver. You could see it in the Bills' eyes. Confusion turning into doubt. The Broncos were being outplayed, yet the scoreboard said they were winning. The third quarter turned into a horror movie for Bills fans. Nick Bonitto kept appearing in Josh Allen's blind spot and kept ripping the ball away.
Bonitto to go hit Allen, and that is a fumble, and this is why you can't get behind.
On just the second play, Bonitto forced another strip sack. That mistake gave Denver 3 more points, pushing the lead to 23-10. The Broncos weren't winning because they were better. They were winning because Buffalo kept handing them the game. But Josh Allen refused to quit, hurt, frustrated, falling behind, yet still making incredible throws. The Bills were bleeding, but they weren't dead yet. Down 23-10, most teams would have given up. But Josh Allen isn't most players. In the fourth quarter, he turned into a machine, making throws that silenced the crowd. The Bills clawed back point by point until the game was tied. Broncos fans watched their lead vanish. Bills fans started to believe again. But here's the cruel part. By fighting back, Buffalo extended a game that had more agony waiting. And somewhere on that frozen field, Bo Nix had already fractured his ankle. Playing through damage nobody knew existed. While the Bills suffered through turnovers, Bo Nix was quietly having the game of his life. Calm, sharp, and fearless. But on the third to last play, something terrible happened. Bo Nix fractured his ankle on a designed run and kept playing anyway. Like a soldier who doesn't realize he's been shot. He finished the game. He did the post-game interview. Never said a word about the agony. Broncos fans celebrated for about 1 hour. Then the news dropped. Surgery scheduled. Season over. The hero who gave them the lead had been shattered the whole time. Overtime in a playoff game is where legends are made and dreams are destroyed. And then the stadium went quiet. 3 controversial calls. All went Denver's way. The McMillan interception, where the ball seemed caught first. The Sutton pass interference that felt weak. And the Mims call that saved Denver's season. Bills fans screamed at their screens. Broncos fans held their breath. Were the calls right? Were they wrong? Depends on which jersey you wear. But here's the truth. The real killer wasn't the refs. It was the play before, when Josh Allen and Cooks were inches from ending it all. Then came the play that will be debated forever. Brandon Cooks caught the ball. He felt it in his hands. But when he hit the ground, the ball moved, and Jaquan McMillan ripped it away. The refs called it an interception. The replay confirmed it. Bills fans screamed it was a catch. Broncos fans called it justice. But look at Cooks's face after the play. Does he look like a man who believes he caught it? The truth died somewhere between his hands and the frozen turf. One moment, Buffalo was about to win. The next, their season was over. With the interception secured, Denver just needed field goal range to end it. For Broncos fans, every play carried 9 years of waiting. The Bills' defense needed a real stop. They couldn't get one. Denver moved down the field, slow, steady, mistake-free, no drama, just cold execution. The Bills ran out of timeouts. The game was seconds from ending. The kick sailed through. Denver had won their biggest game in 10 years. Players hugged, fans screamed. For about 1 hour, Broncos Nation felt pure joy. Then the news dropped like a bomb. Bo Nix had fractured his ankle and played through it without knowing. Surgery scheduled, season over. The celebration kept going, but now it felt hollow. Denver won the game, but lost their future in the same breath. When the game ended, neither team could celebrate. Josh Allen stood broken, blaming himself for turnovers that crushed his team's dreams. For Bills fans, it was more than a loss. It was identity. Another chapter in a story that never ends well. The Bills had more yards, more first downs, never punted, yet still lost. Broncos fans tried to smile, but their quarterback was heading into surgery. This game had no real winners, only survivors and casualties. This wasn't just a football game. It was emotional destruction for everyone involved. The Bills dominated every stat but lost because of 5 turnovers they can never take back. The Broncos won their biggest game in a decade, then lost their quarterback to a fractured ankle. This game had no winners, only scars, and both teams will carry them forever. If this story hit you hard, smash that like button and subscribe for more. Which moment from this game will haunt you the longest? Drop your answer in the comments below.
It's extremely difficult. I feel like I let my teammates down. Missed opportunities throughout the game. It's been a long season. I hate how it ended, and it's gonna stick with me for a long time. Can't win with 5 turnovers, fumbled twice, threw 2 picks.